Hi, Adnan.
Hi,
So,
Asma.
so can you please introduce yourself and your role in Jazz Pakistan?
I'm Adnan Wahid. I had IoT and digital solutions there, and my role is to help our customers improve the way they do business through digital tools and technologies.
Okay, that's good. So, as a leading mobile operator in Pakistan, now I think what we want to know is that what has inspired you to move into the partnership space with Infobip, a cloud communication provider, and what do you think that is going to impact your business in particular, and what does it mean for you overall in terms of Jazz Pakistan?
Well, for us, it makes perfect sense to now move on from what we've been doing for so many years. It's an evolution for us. We've been providing traditional telco channels, what you call them, voice and SMS throughout to our business customers, and they were using these channels for communicating with their consumers and
The
users.
conventional channel
Yes,
since
exactly.
ages, yeah.
So, but now with the increase in digital penetration and the way smartphones are being used and
True.
how customers expect those smartphones to be the source of everything,
True.
it makes perfect sense to introduce digital channels for our business customers. Now, this platform will enable in a very scalable and a very easy way to introduce what we call an omni-channel service,
True.
which can be used to reach out to business customers, customers of customers, very easily across channels.
Okay.
I'll give you a quick example. For example, how we interact with our bank using WhatsApp or using
Sure.
Facebook Messenger.
Okay. So, Jazz is a name synonymous with the digital transformation in Pakistan market. And the impact of this whole partnership of Jazz with Infobip transcends in growth and revenue.
Yes.
So, could you kindly explain that how this partnership is going to cater the ever-evolving need of your customer and how you're going to position yourself in the market?
Well, the first point was that as a telecom operator, we realized that we're not an expert at everything. We can build that expertise, but it takes time.
Sure.
We were looking for a partner which has a global presence, experience, and expertise, and somebody who can complement us in what we're doing. So it made absolutely perfect sense to opt for Infobip's omni-channel CPaaS platform through, of course, a competitive process. Now we'll do a marriage between the conventional channels and the digital channels,
True.
and offer that unified experience I was talking about.
Okay, and you're very well aware that there is a growth shift in a consumer mindset in the in Pakistani market, not
Yes.
only here, around the world, everywhere. And this shift needs for additional digital touch points is there.
Yes.
So, what do you think? And of course, if it's there, then definitely that's going to force any organization to be innovative, to adjust it accordingly to the market needs and deployment. Then, what do you think, in your mind, that what have you done so far to become the digital first in Pakistani market? Because you're very well aware that you always try, you're number one operator in Pakistan, and always it's easy to get a mileage as a first movers, right? So what do you have done so far in becoming the digital first again, like any other products as well?
Well, for us, throughout, this has been a journey, an evolutionary process, right? So we learn along the way, and then based on our learnings, we trickle down the benefits to our customers. Again, a quick example. We started, in the case of omnichannel, we started with our own consumers. In collaboration with Infobip, we offered WhatsApp for business. We were the first telecom operator to offer that.
3 years back.
Exactly, and there were a lot of learnings. A lot of queries, a lot of questions which used to fall on the helpline, and then customers used to get annoyed because, of course, inherently, helplines take a lot of time,
True.
were transferred to WhatsApp. And it became so seamless and so easy to get that information to the customer that we said, why not pass on that benefit to our to our business customers as well. And of course, then yes, as you mentioned, it's a natural need as well.
True.
With the smartphone penetration, and especially for the millennials and beyond, they
Yes.
want a quick response time over social networks where they're always present, and this platform addresses that particular need.
Okay, sure. So, as part of this agreement, the first of its kind in Pakistani market, Jazz and Infobip are going to collaborate to deploy first ever cloud-based complete digital data center in Pakistani market.
Yes.
So, how do you see it from a different perspective? That how impactful it's going to be, keeping in mind the regulatory regime which is there, that the data should not go outside the territory or south of Pakistan. So this is going to complement that, and it's going to be first of its kind deployment in Pakistan by any mobile operator. So how do you foresee it? How you foresee its future?
Well, you've rightly pointed out this will revolutionize the way businesses are communicating with their customers. For every tier, for every size of the company, there's a need. What we're doing is we're trying to make the adoption very easy, very simple, and scalable, and most importantly, cost effective. For bigger organizations, it's very easy to maybe purchase a platform, deploy it in their data center,
Sure.
and then start integrating with digital channels. But for smaller companies, it's an uphill task. You need to have those developers, those software teams, those software management teams in place to run such a service. This would be a turnkey service, a subscription-based, simple service at a very reasonable monthly fee, a recurring monthly model. You'll be able to subscribe to multiple channels to be offered to your call center agents, and you'll be in a matter of hours you'll be able to communicate with your users.
Sure. Okay, so can you please just share your long-term goals in terms of the digital transformation, and what do you advise other MNOs in Pakistani market especially to tackle the digital transformation and be as innovative as Jazz is at the moment?
In terms of the long-term evolution, I mean, the possibilities are endless. You never know. Some years down the line, you might see metaverse, and we might be collaborating again in order to do something related to
upgrade.
that. Of course, maybe CPaaS on the cloud in the metaverse, people communicating over that. As far as advice is concerned, I think I'm still too young to do that, but I can share my experiences, what I've learned after having worked in the telco industry for 12, 13 years. You need to stay ahead of the learning curve. You need to always unlearn and then relearn, and then trickle that down to your customers. So whenever your customer comes to know about something, you need to be there to answer their questions and then to take them forward, rather than missing that opportunity and maybe sending them somewhere else for the same question. So that's how it works out, and this is how I think businesses scale and you stay relevant.
Definitely. And of course, now what I foresee is that if you want to stay number one in the Pakistani telecom market, then definitely the key aspect is that you need to be innovative all the time.
Absolutely.
And you have to take a first mover's right.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Thank you very much,
You're
Adnan. It
welcome.
was nice having you here.
And thank you for having us here. It
You're
has
most
been
welcome.
really fruitful. Thank
You're
you.
most welcome.